Hi, welcome to Less Like More Heart. My name's Kyla. I am the wife of an amputee, and so as I've gone through this journey, I have learned that amputation and limb loss doesn't just affect the person, but also their partner, their family, all the loved ones around them. And so there have been some things that I have discovered throughout this entire process of walking this journey with my loved one. One of the biggest things I had to learn very quickly on was that this journey is one that is not flat, and it's one that has lots of highs and lows. Of course, it's a big thing for your loved one to lose a limb, and so there's lots to process with that, and there can definitely be some lows. There's pain, there's grieving with the actual loss, with your life changing, but then also there have been some really sweet moments that we've experienced of getting to see my amputee walk for the first time on a prosthetic leg, getting to run with a running blade, finishing a 5K, and just everything that comes along with that. So knowing that the journey can have both those highs and lows in the very same day, right back to back, and it's just important to acknowledge and remember that all of those are okay. The second thing that I've learned after becoming the loved one of an amputee is that you have to take time for yourself. So being a caregiver is emotionally and physically exhausting, and it's important to know that you have to make yourself a priority so that you can help support your person. For me, that looked like taking time for self-care, doing therapy, and we even started couples counseling afterwards just to learn how to process and grieve through a lot of the emotions that you would expect and ones that you may not expect going into this new life. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it, and making sure that you are making yourself a priority as much as you are your loved one. The third thing that I've learned since starting this journey is that everything takes longer and longer and longer and longer than you would ever imagine. So things like changing and putting on the leg, or getting out the door, or packing, or washing the different components, or fill in the blank, it all takes longer than what you would plan. And so you have to build in that extra time. In the early days of the amputation, I said that my loved one's limb was kind of like our newborn, because we were dealing with so many things that had to be done, from the wound care to making sure that we were going to appointments with the various prosthetists and doctors and all of those things. And it felt like getting out of the house with a new baby. It just took so much longer than we would ever expect. The fourth lesson that I've learned is that find your team, find your group, find your tribe. And with that, that's going to include people like the prosthetist and your loved one's healthcare team, but that also includes friends, family, your community around you. You're going to spend a lot of time with these various people, and people do want to help. So getting to the point where you can not only ask for help, but accept that help is huge. One of the things that was really helpful for me was to take notes on my phone, or to have a notebook in those early days, and to write down things that we needed. So did we need something from the grocery store, or did I need to ask a certain question? Because you're tired as you're in those early days in caretaking, and so that really helped. So when someone asked how we needed support, I was able to give that answer. The fifth and probably most practical thing that I've learned since starting this life is that you have to have an incredible amount of storage for all of the components that come along with being an amputee. We have storage solutions in our garage. We have them in our laundry room. We have them in every room of our house. And there are a lot of components and pieces that come along with a prosthetic. So having plenty of storage, keeping every single part as the prosthetic, and their limb is changing sizes, you'll have a bunch of different ones, and keeping all of those components because you never know when you'll need something. We also had to find ways to store different socks and how to wash those and keep up with a laundry routine. And so starting those solutions off and knowing when to change them and that it's okay to change them has been really helpful for the day-to-day. I hope some of these tips helped and learn through us learning on how to support a loved one with limb loss. You're doing great. This process is not linear or straightforward, and it's hard to be that loved one and be along on this journey, but I know you can do it. So keep your head up, and it gets easier every day. So we want to hear from you as either an amputee or the loved one of an amputee. Comment down below on some things that you learned going through your journey. Also, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, or you can list those in the comments down below. For more information, or to sign up for our newsletter, or to follow our social media channels, please visit the Less Leg More Heart website at www.lesslegmoreheart.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.